So one thing we want to talk about is city permaculture.
Yes. So, I mean, the biggest food strategies that I can think of, the idea would be to have food growing and coming into production throughout the 4 seasons. And so a lot of people say, well, you can't grow food in winter, but of course you can if you have some very simple low-tech technologies, cold frames being one, low tunnels or greenhouse being others. And then, of course, on the same sort of tip, in winter, we need to have more and more and more storage spaces, root cellars or that type of thing, where we're keeping the crops that we did grow through fall, and they're keeping us through winter with abundant, high-quality food. But then also using perennials as our food staples, as well as annual production. But, permaculture is often, saying we need to plant more perennials, not to get rid of annual production, but we can buffer a lot of our insecure food seasons with perennial production. Persimmons hold their fruits on the trees through winter, and on it goes. On the other end of the season, it's now getting to be spring. Honeyberry can be the first fruit you get, even before strawberry. And so we just kind of sort of draw this plant palette across all seasons so that there's food coming in all the time.
By really paying attention to the seasonality of different fruits and optimizing it so it's a big spread instead of being really concentrated.
Precisely.
It also makes it easier to preserve
things,
because when you get everything all at once, it
really
is a lot of work, a struggle to get through it.
And the other thing with food, I would say, kind of goes with that, is starting to grow within neighborhoods, and so that it's a distributed workload and a distributed preservation load as well, so that your neighbors also have perennial crops, which, by the way, are building soil and storing water and doing all sorts of other positives for your landscape. Probably, if done with beauty in mind, it's going to improve the value of your land as well. So there's many aspects to this, but one is community harvesting, community planting, particularly if we're doing annual production in the city. It's great to work with other people. Annual takes a little bit more work than perennial, so let's work together. Let's find our neighbors who want to grow crops and plant way more than we ourselves need and just distribute the abundance.